About an hour ago, we spoke with the winner of the very first Brickyard 400, Jeff Gordon, back in 1994. And now we welcome somebody who was there as well, Ray Evernham. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
We're doing well. Looking forward to welcoming you back to Indianapolis, a place that you've had a very storied career of your own.
One of my favorite places. I've been spending an awful lot of time there trying, it seems like I get there more and more. And the neat thing about coming to Indianapolis is so many people around there are really true race fans, and they just don't forget. That was more than 20 years ago that we won that inaugural deal. 25 years ago, right? That we're talking about the 25th anniversary. So it's always like going home when you go to Indy because the people are so respectful and appreciate what we were able to accomplish. And you can always talk about how fast you used to be.
Well, this is a place built on tradition. I mean, when we have one race that's been around for over 100 years, the other one for 25, and people really do hang on to all of those memories and all of that tradition here in Indianapolis.
They do, and whenever you walk through the gate at Indianapolis, you know that you're on hallowed ground. And I told somebody one day, you have a responsibility to perform at your highest level when you're at Indy because of the tradition and what an honor it is just to race there. I said it's kind of eerie, when you're up on top of that pit box, you feel like the ghosts of all these tremendous racers are just staring over your shoulder going, okay, don't screw up, don't screw up.
Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
We're talking to Ray Evernham, who we're in the studio, obviously, with Scott Borchetta, the president and CEO of Big Machine Record Group here. And Scott, I think, is rivaling your car collection because he just got one yesterday to add to his collection. Scott, tell Ray what you're now driving today.
Yeah, we have the new 2018 Camaro Pace Car ZL1. And Ray, I did over 155 miles an hour on the track yesterday.
And I owe you an apology, right? Because last time we were on, and you might remember this, I was really giving Scott a hard time about he was driving too slow, the bugs were hitting him in the back of the helmet. This guy goes out, right? We're Scott and I are friends. I don't think that's a secret. We do some things together and race some things together. So Scott goes out and he goes to work. He buys this Corvette to race in the SVRA, comes to the Brickyard, has us rebuild a car for him. He goes out, he gets a simulator, he's going to all these schools, he's going to all these test laps, and he turns into this awesome road racer, and he goes out and wins. Scott's got to win. He's not bragging. He's got to win at Indy. And then he's setting all these fast laps, so now he kicks my butt all over the place. So I have to bow down and say, okay, not only he's like the king of music, the king of vodka, now he's kicking my butt on the racetrack.
Yeah, he's not a weekend hobbyist. He's the real deal here. He's going out
he will not kick my butt drinking vodka, I promise you.
Well, I tell you what, he's also a TV star too, because he's got a couple of TV shows, as do you. Tell us about Glory Road.
Glory Road is it's something that we do out of passion. We're on NBC Sports, and it's really about the history of NASCAR, and we put some IndyCar stuff in there and hope to do some more with some of the IndyCar stuff being on NBC next year. But it's really about digging in and finding the behind the stories, the stuff that you've heard about races and cars and people, but hadn't really heard from the people that were around them and there at that time, and then mixing that by getting opinions with some of the current racers. So it's really just it's a show that if you like the history, we really dig down and talk about the facts, and you get to hear from guys like Leonard Wood and Ned Jarrett and Humpy Wheeler and some of the guys that were there, and also get an opinion that's interesting sometimes from guys like Clint Boyer, and Tony Stewart and people like that. So it's a perspective on stuff that people as a casual fan may have heard about, but with more of an inside story.
With that guest list, how often do you have to use the bleep button?
Oh, well, no, we have to do that when Rusty's on a good bit. But everybody else is normally pretty good. The tough part about that is you get a half hour, so it's a 22-minute show, basically, and you could go on for hours. I have had so much fun just sitting there listening to these guys.
That is great. We're talking to Ray Evernham, who's coming into town this weekend, 25th anniversary of being the crew chief who won the first race with Jeff Gordon. You're a guest of Exalta this weekend, I know. And what else do you have? Are you part of the ceremonies and the look back at 25 years?
Not really. Really going to do some stuff with Exalta, which, of course, their ties go all the way back to our DuPont days. And, again, when you look at what we were able to accomplish, Indy was only our second win ever, and we built a special car to go there. And I got some advice from people like A.J. Foyt and Pancho Carter, Wayne Leary, people like that, and we built something totally different to take to Indy and then won that race. So it's just going to be an honor to be there. But mostly I'm going to hang around with my buddy Scott because he's got a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, I know you're coming in. You'll be in town for the show, too. FGL Fest is tomorrow. They're in turn 4, so maybe he can get you backstage or maybe even on the side of the stage there playing air guitar.
Yeah, Ray is a huge music fan, and don't be surprised if there is an empty spot on a karaoke list to see Ray Evernham jump up on stage and throw down.
Oh, I would pay to see that video.
After the Big Machine vodka tasting.
Yes, it is.
Sure, it's a social lubricant. We talked to Jeff Gordon last hour, Ray, and I kind of busted him for back in '94 having the pencil-thin mustache and the $5.99 haircut. What did you think when you first saw that skinny kid on a racetrack?
Unbelievable. He the first time that we ever worked together, I was so impressed with his maturity and more so his ability to give me information about the car to fix it. I had spent my early career working at IROC and got to work with the best drivers in the world, Unser, Andretti, Foyt, Yarborough, Petty, all these guys. And Gordon, at 18 years old when we met, had the ability to describe those same things in a race car. And he and I just clicked immediately. Now, I was really glad when he cut that kind of, he had a mullet, but a mullet with bangs. It was a classic bad mullet. And he had that little mustache. And I also bust him because he used to wear these shorts that, the ones that like come down to your knee, those jean shorts. And he tucked his shirt in with a belt on. And I keep that picture that I have of him standing there and threaten him. Whenever I need him to do something for me, I threaten to post that picture.
I love that. Yeah, he's got too much business in the front, not enough party in the back with that mullet. So glad to see we've all
what an incredible career he has had, not just on the track, but off the track, business-wise and charity-wise as well, the things that he's done. Even right there in Indianapolis, what he's done with children's hospitals and things. So really proud of that guy.
Well, you were a big part of it all along the way, so we appreciate that. And looking forward to having you back in town, Ray Evernham. Enjoy this weekend's Big Machine Vodka 400 to the Brickyard, powered by Florida Georgia Line, all right?
Yeah, absolutely, and take care of my buddy Scott there. Don't let him. He's already talking about running 155 miles around the racetrack with his new Camaro. So when I get there, he's going to be having me work on and go, hey, I want to go 165. Can you tweak this a little bit?
That's on you. You're the crew chief. I can't convince him of anything. That's your job. So
we got it, man.
Good luck with that.
He's got the driving talent, and I'll take care of the rest.
There you go. Amazing. Hall of Famer Ray Evernham. Thanks for joining us.